Hello everyone, my name is Sam, and as a Rutgers student in accounting, I try my best to help people in their finances. I figured that showing all of you a simple budgeting strategy using Excel would be beneficial as many people do not know how to budget. What you would first do is you'd set up these 5 columns. The first column being your date column that would track all your transaction dates. The second column we would label cash inflows, and it would mark any sort of realized income. In this example, I use salary. The third column would be your cash outflow. It would mark any expense where you would spend your money, and make sure to keep any value in this column negative, and I'll show you why in a second. And for this example, I also decided to use rent as an expenditure. The reason column is actually just the reason. It's the salary, it's the rent, it's why you'd either get these inflows or your outflows. And this fifth cash balance column is just meant for your standing total. It's meant for an after the matter final balance as to what you're remaining with. And what's neat with this final balance is if you put this equation, you start with equal sign where you take this previous balance, add this column where there's nothing here for now, and I'll explain to you why we're still doing this, and then you also add this, enter, you'd get your current balance, which is you started with 1,000, you spent 500, you're at 500. If you take this equation and you paste it into these following columns, you're going to see that it adds up. Every single place adds up. 500, you get your 1,000 salary, you're at 1,500. Then you spend 500 on rent, you're back at 1,000. And that's why we keep these negatives. It's because when we add them, we want to make sure that it's adding an expenditure. And you could change the equation to where this is a positive number and you subtract it, but this is just an easier way to remember which is an expenditure and which is an acquisition. And so this is just a very basic way to track your finances, and it's a budget for the future when you know you would have to make certain expenditures. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope this helped you learn a very simple way to budget.